I'm the mom of a child who has cerebral palsy, one of the severest forms, and he's 5 years old, and I'm going through the steps of getting him enrolled in school. So I wanted to discuss this with you parents that are out there that may be about to enroll your child in school and wanted to know some of the things that you need to bring and or what to expect. So the part that I've gotten to is the part where I have filled out all of the paperwork and I have handed it in, and now I am waiting for, I believe, the school nurse to call me. My kid is 5 years old. He has cerebral palsy or cerebral palsy, and he has one of the severest kinds. He also has intellectual disability, and he basically, I'm not exactly sure what he can comprehend. He's also unable to walk. He's nonverbal. He doesn't talk at all. He's unable to communicate. He cannot crawl. He has problems sitting up. We're still working on that, and he has muscle spasms and things of that nature. So he's very medically fragile. He did have a trach, but thank goodness he got the trach out, and he is also G-tube fed. So you can just imagine how I feel having a 5-year-old having to go to school. And I have other children, so I've done this before, and I also have a child that's under him that's going to be going to school in the future as well. But this is my first time enrolling a child into school who just is unable to do anything for himself, and that's very scary for a person like me. I don't know anybody personally that has gone through this or that can walk me through it. And unfortunately, some of the moms that I've talked to online, they are nice, but they're probably really busy and they just don't have time to meet up or anything like that. So I'm just gonna share my experience with you guys and try to give you guys some help and let you know what it is that I'm doing and that's going on. First, you will get the application most likely. You'll fill it out and they'll want some pertinent information. And so you need the original birth certificate, immunization card that's up to date, the physical that's signed by your pediatrician, a dental form signed by a dentist, proof of address, current utility bill, and the photo ID. So that's anything that's TK and kindergarten students. Parents can go up to the school district, get the enrollment information, because we called plenty of times. We've been calling and calling and calling, and either no one's answering the phone or we're being sent to a voicemail, so we have to leave a message and no one ever returns the phone call. So I think it's better if you actually go up there. And at first I was just waiting for someone to call me back, and that just didn't ever happen. And maybe your school district has it where you guys can enroll online. That might be an option for you if you're not able to get up to the school. Those are the papers that we had filled out and we brought to the school. Also, for a child like mine that has multiple diagnoses, they want the request for medical information. So I needed something from a doctor that would tell them more about my son's situation as far as his diagnoses. And so, for example, let me share with you some of the problem list, as they would word it. My son has a lot. Problem list, he has, and I might not be saying these words right, he has the dysgenesis of corpus callosum, has congenital anomaly of the brain, epileptic seizures, he has difficulty swallowing, congenital heart disease, developmental health problem, chronic lung disease, he's feeding by G-tube, drooling, spastic quadriplegic cerebral palsy, spasticity, language disorder involving understanding and expression of language, visual disturbance where sometimes his eyes may cross, also a bilateral hearing loss. But because he cannot communicate with us, it's hard, to figure these things out. But basically those are the problems list, and those are his diagnoses, and that's something that they would need to have on file, because we are actually applying for the home hospital where the teacher would come into the home. I feel like that would be better for us, because I don't trust professionals with my son, especially just seeing the things that happen on social media with teachers kicking kids. And kids like ours, they'll laugh and smile. You can probably roll them down the bowling alley aisle, and they'll still be having a good time, and you wouldn't be able to tell they've been into some trauma unless you actually see the physical abuse, or you see it on camera, or somebody gets it on tape, or a teacher speaks up. And so with that being said, I do not want my child in a space where I'm not able to be there with him. I just don't trust it. In the past, even just for OT, I've had an OT who set his things like on a trash can. And you know, a trash can is visually dirty and it's very unsanitary. And he had a trach at that time. He ended up getting sick for like 2 weeks. After I came back from the bathroom, I was only gone for like 5 minutes. She was fine with watching him for 5 minutes, but I came back from the bathroom and she was like doing like, you know, visual things for him. And it was on a trash can. And at first I'm like I don't want to get buck wild in here, but I'm like, can we switch where he's playing at? That was just so disturbing for me, and that was just something little, but that had my son sick for 2 weeks because he has an open airway. He's the type of person that gets sick easily. So just that turned me off, and that didn't even have anything to do with the school district, but just you guys already know. So I'm just like, no. So we are applying for home health. I think it's called home hospital, but we won't know if we're able to get that exactly yet until after we speak with the nurse at the school district and they go over all of our paperwork and get back to us. So as you can hear, it's not a lot of things, you know, that you need to bring. It's kind of just like the regular things that you would need to bring in order to enroll your child into school. But I wanted to know, like, does he need an IEP? And he probably may not need one. I guess it's just going to be up to the school to figure that part out. And I guess I'll just be waiting because they have like 300 applicants that they have to go through. And so I'm just going to be waiting. And then I'm going to be going to my son's pediatrician they gave me a packet, and it's a request for medical information just for the pediatrician to fill out. So, kind of a big packet actually. So I'm going to look through that, and that's going to like give the school more information. Like, so for example, it says medical condition that requires care. Please list any medications. But that's like the second part of it, I guess. Once I do that, I will let you guys know how that went as well. But if you have any questions that I somehow didn't answer, I'm kind of not really new to this, but I'm always kind of like reluctant as to sharing about my son because people are very judgmental. It's just a little bit traumatizing for me as well. Something that I have to talk about almost daily, you know, if I have different doctor's appointments, things of that nature. It just gets very overwhelming. And I know you guys that are parents of a child that is medically fragile, I know you can understand exactly what I'm talking about, especially if you guys don't have nurses and are doing everything on your own. So with that being said, I will talk to you guys in my next video. I hope to be putting out more videos so that I am able to help you guys, and I hope you guys have a blessed day. Talk to you then. Bye.